I think for us it was a kind of personal film, you know, where Elvis had been dead about 10 years, and I felt that having been originally an Elvis fan, that it was kind of sad that he was being remembered mostly as a joke, you know, in his sort of beach dwell, Las Vegas, you know, over the hill days towards the end of his life. Although I even sort of take some exception to that. I think there's a lot of great performances during that time, but at least in many people's minds that was. And I knew that he was a seminal figure, you know, really in the creation of rock and roll. So we came across a book of photographs of sort of photojournalistic black and white candid pictures of him that were taken in 1956, and it seemed to go along with the early television performances, which included, you know, the Dorsey Brothers, the Milton Berle Show, the Ed Sullivan Show, and Steve Allen, where he had to wear a tuxedo and sing Hound Dog to a basset hound. So it was kind of a cool package of these black and white candid, which was the only time that Elvis had ever allowed a photographer that close to him. And included things like
Colonel Tom
Parker, right? You know, the Hound Dog Don't Be Cool recording sessions, a visit home to his parents, being fitted for that tuxedo for the Steve Allen Show, etc. And so we just decided to do a historical documentary based on the 1 year, 1956, in which Elvis became, you know, went from being a regional star in January to kind of the biggest star in the world at the end of the year. And had a lot of fun doing it. We had a lot of trouble raising the money. Nobody seemed to want to make the film.
They said the famous thing, who needs another Elvis film?
Right, we kept hearing.
And the answer was, you haven't seen our Elvis.
Right. And then there was going to be a 10th anniversary sort of celebration, some articles planned and some major publications, and it gave it a little cachet. So.
And no one had put this together before. No one had connected the dots. And Alan did, that it all happened in 12 months, from his birthday in January 8th to the last appearance on the Sullivan Show. And it was, in fact, the last appearance because the Colonel shut it down. There's no more access.
He made like 2 other appearances.
2 more in the rest of his life. There was only 2 more. But that year he made 14 appearances. That's
but also, I mean, in terms of television history, it's, I think, a cultural lightning rod. I mean, I know there are lots of people, when you ask them, you know, what is one of the most seminal memories you have of television, a lot of times they answer seeing Elvis on TV. I remember I just heard the other day Terry Gross was interviewing John Waters about his new book, and she asked him, when did you realize you were gay? He said, when I saw Elvis on TV. And you know, everybody from Springsteen on down, you know, remembers those John Lennon, those TV performances as being, you know, really the cultural lightning rod that sort of crashed and burned, you know, the Perry Comos and Your Hit Parade, the sort of bland 50s pop.